Lehens would definitely pick Lulu away if given the opportunity. Aha, instead, it's going to be the Jinx.
I love this, though.
It's got to be thrown, right?
I would love that. Okay, Kellen. After one of the most memorable sport performances that we've had this split, which says a lot with some of the things that Carry have pulled off from the light on this Thresh, I am excited to see it come back.
Maybe skip it? No, we won't. We'll get into it. We'll play this one out and see whether D+ can buck the trend and find a victory here on the red side. Let's do it. Let's get into game 2. Genji! Hana! 2! Set!
Genji! I think!
Woo! D+ Kia! Hana! 2! Set!
D+ Kia fighting!
Woohoo!
Yeah!
A lot of fun.
I think I'm doing a Mario voice next.
Save that for DRX so that Yahoo can be...
Yahoo!
Yeah, he could be there for your Yahoos.
That actually is perfect. Yeah.
I think that's a guarantee. The Mario, that's a hard one. Having vision control as Lucid looking to come on in here. There is a beautiful flash stun as the seismic shove's going to miss. The Q is already prepared and first blood goes to Showmaker.
Here for Genji. Showmaker.
Yeah. Is just going to walk his way back. Waiting for that seismic shove and yeah, very well aware.
Oh, they don't know.
What Canyon's doing is the Glacial Prison does come on in. Try and force some plates onto this Jinx's. There it is, stopping the back onto Keen there with the Super Mega Death Rocket. Now Lucid in position, connects the Q in the dark as he does get the kick back onto Keen. To the skies, going to be coming on through there, and he's not actually going to be able to connect it onto Lucid, which he would have loved to. And now some Alcove Gaming doesn't want to give the kill over to Aiming, but he's going to have to do so. And there it is, Aiming gets excited. And now they're going to look to shove this wave in. And Canyon going to be able to stop Kingin's back. Now Chovy will turn up as well as Glacial Prison going to be able to find him. There's an all-out, but he's going the wrong direction here as the threaded volley doesn't exactly get that much done, but still
he's running.
Kingin has a lot of ability to walk, but there is a turret there. Back in that lane.
We're still fighting.
Indeed, Lehens gonna get kicked as that was a little bit cute. They dive on forward. The Tahm Kench is going to be eaten, but now so much damage down onto the Thresh. So it's a trade of supports. Still, Tibbers is getting aggressive. Super Mega Death Rocket does a fair bit of damage there, and now Chovy, he's in this Dragon Pit. This is a bit of an awkward situation as Kingin makes the Dragon angry. Lucid looks for a Q angle, and now Kingin, does find it onto Lehens, walking in to get some vision. Kingin gonna get seismically shoved back once again as Lucid. Yeah, he's not gonna be able to get in here. And Hayes taking a moment where he was away from Lehens.
Rotations!
Now, yeah, some rotations. As Lucid's also gonna be able to find Keen here. That is a long way that he just traveled. And speaking of traveling a long way, Aiming's going to do the same thing.
But they're taking your mid lane. Should have taken that.
I think you might be right there, but I also think that Showmaker should have considered being alive for longer. I think you want to make them a little bit confused, you know, set up for some sort of fight here, and then just hope that Canyon comes in, steals it away, and you win the team fight. So you can create some momentum for yourself, and then you've set yourself up for a good position around the Elder. As that is a hook, very long range onto Chovy. They're not going to be able to find too much more from it though, as D+ do secure themselves the Chemtech Dragon. Showmaker mega cones himself towards them and just walks away. Isn't actually going to find the Tibbers angle on this one. Didn't see it. And now Lucid off on the other side, Aiming taking a lot of damage. And there is a lot of poke coming on through here if they don't actually commit to the engage. And it does really get dangerous. There's the first stun. Tahm Kench going to throw down the Devour. Now Kingin, he's just going through his entire health bar to all of this poke. There is no answer. As Showmaker, you can see charging up the stun as best he can. Tibbers comes down on top of Canyon, potentially a suboptimal target, as they've sacrificed so much of their health bars here. As Kellen gives Aiming a lantern to get away to safety, but they're on the wrong side of the rift. And Super Mega Death Rocket just going to be used to try and stop them
from
destroying them. Exactly right. Lucid now going to dive on top of Pays. He gets the kick flash, but there's no one there to do any damage. And now Keen's just going to shoot him. And that is going to be the Lee Sin dead. So they trade Lee Sin for a dragon available.
He did.
Right?
Yeah, no, I checked it.
Aiming is going to have to get out of there. Does manage to take the Lantern and Flash. And they just Mega Cone their way out. Remember, Minigun does a whole lot of Baron damage.
Kingen needs the zone. You can't let Canyon close.
Yeah, there is the Weaver's Wall. And now Kingen keeping this Baron in combat. As Showmaker off to the side does have his flash available, and yeah, Showmaker not going to be able to take too much more of that as Kingen going to get put into prison and then just taken down. Now Lucid, he needs to get back in here if they want to be able to lock this one down. He does secure the Baron, and Lehens dives on top of him. The safeguard going to get him out, but now Canyon not wanting to give this one up. Tibbers comes back though, he's creating a body in that front line as aiming. Can you stay alive? The flash lick is going to come through, and there's the shock blast, but it's not enough damage to lock them down. Just want to group up and start some sort of fight.
Sit.
As, yeah, there's the ward down. Dives on top of Trophy Beauty, gets the rocks out just in time. Still, Lucid is able to escape by pressing some fancy buttons and taking some lanterns.
You're running to Elder. Oh. I don't think you can do it, but that's the plan, Atlas.
Well, I mean, they are at least going to get positional advantage around it. The Baron is picked up already.
The trap.
Because I don't think so. I think it might be a little bit of a worry as Canyon. I don't know about that one. He's going to have to get himself out of there. And now Kingen trying to tank them up as best he can. He takes the Lantern, but also his entire health bar in damage. And so D+ going to have to get a reset on this dragon.
Oh boy, oh boy. Gen.G, they have Baron. They could just opt into the shove, but they're feeling confident.
They are. Kellen is going to put the box down and actually tanks up a lot thanks to his aftershock there as teleport to come in as Kingen repairs himself. It is very dangerous because if they lose a team fight, could be just all over if this Elder is going to be taken as well. Okay, Weaver's Wall does make it into that back line as they look for Kellen. Teleport from Showmaker gets him in there. Some buttons have been traded, but not really the big ones. And look at Showmaker, he wants to get that bear out.
Are we ready flipping?
Wants to get the big stun. Let's see what happens here as Lehens. He devours relatively early. Lucid's nowhere near the pit. They take down Chovy, but Lucid's dead as well. Canyon, he's on top of it. They take down the Elder. Gen.G now just able to rain Hellfire on top of them. And it's a quadra kill for Pays. Obviously, we were going to game 3, but I didn't know that this was the way we were going to get there. As Gen.G will now march up the mid lane.
Lucid, yeah, you killed Chovy, but that's not your job at that point in time. All comes down to whether or not you can get the secure. And it looked close, but in these type of situations, whoever gets the Elder
wins 100%.
Wins 100%. And we are going to a game number 3, Atlas. Maybe wasn't it?
I mean, it's not even really...
Well, no, I think they could have tried to hard force in mid-game a bit more.
Yeah, yep. Oh, yeah. Choosing, even though they had this draft, choosing to instead play more on the...
Yeah, just flip it.
Yeah.
Look at the damage then.